We're going to talk about Kyle Lowry for a little bit.
Okay.
So we thought he was going to get traded to either Miami, the Lakers, or Philly. Kyle Lowry did not get traded. Are you surprised that he didn't get traded?
I'm not surprised because I saw the offers. They were like Toronto was asking for I'm gonna use Philly for an example. You know, they asked for 2 of their Philly's young pieces and a couple draft picks. I would say no too. Kyle Lowry everybody knows he's on a rental. Yeah. I think we can all agree he's on the collision course to join the Clippers. I could be wrong, but I think that's the way everything is looking. He's on a collision course to join the Clippers. He might join Miami in the offseason too. Okay. You never know. I think he's joining not a juggernaut, but a high level play, high level contender in the offseason. So I think Philly wasn't going to be a team that was going to throw away their whole future just to get Kyle Lowry, a guy who's 36, I believe, and he's good, but he's no superstar. So I think like the offer, and like you said, Miami, Tyler Herro and Duncan Rob. Tyler Herro's the future. Yeah, you know, so I don't think giving him up was for Kyle Lowry a rental was going to make sense, and it's not something I would do. And especially where Philly's at right now, you know, they're pretty good where they're at right now. I don't think Kyle Lowry was going to put them over the top to beat the big 3 in the Nets. I think they're going to be what they are at this moment in time. If they could beat them now, they could beat them now. If they can't, they can't. Kyle Lowry wasn't going to move it or change. I think same thing with Miami. They're going to be what they are. I don't think that's going to change it, honestly. So I think holding off on those trades and telling them, we don't want to do this, I think that was good for the other teams, especially with Philly, because with James Harden, Houston was doing the same thing. Yeah. They was asking teams for a lot, and they ended up with possibly the worst in getting back Harden. They could have ended up with Jared Allen, Karis LeVert, all these guys.
And Woody.
And they ended up with nothing. So I think Toronto tried to do the same thing to try to finesse, and it didn't work, but they didn't end up as bad as Houston.
Yeah. I'm not surprised. Like we said, the offers just weren't there, and a lot of the team, it was about pretty much 2 is a 2-team race, 3 if you want to include the Lakers. But the teams that were vying for him, they had to give up a lot, especially their young talent. Like I said to you guys a little earlier, I didn't really see the Philly move. I didn't see where he fits in Philly or what he can kind of contribute to Philly. Just because I didn't see where they're going to make him play off the ball, or they're going to make Ben Simmons play off the ball, who isn't a reliable shooter. How is that going to work? Then you're taking spots away from Danny Green and Steph Curry, which I think are better compliments for Ben Simmons, being that he can't shoot. So to have shooters around him, I think kind of brings out his talent. So Philly, I didn't think was a good mix. The Heat, I think he would have fit better on. I would love to have seen Kyle Lowry on the Heat in a Heat uniform. I think he fits better in that system, especially with that culture, to bring championship mentality there as well. I thought he would have fit a lot better, but I don't know. I'm not giving up Tyler Herro, and honestly, it would be hard for me to part ways with Duncan Robinson at that as well if I'm the Heat. So to get an aging Kyle Lowry, 35 years old, like you said, he is a rental.
He's aged.
He's aged. He can still be a starting point guard, in my opinion, on a lot of teams. But like Riv said, he's aged, man. He's kind of at the tail end of his career. So to give up my young pieces who are such a huge contribution to my team, I wouldn't have made that move either if I was a Heat.
Dude, it's 36, right?
He's 36?
I think so.
Yeah, I think he's 35, 36.
Look it up, bro. He's mad old.
I'm super surprised that he didn't get traded, because I thought Toronto was going to be desperate and say, look, we're not going to bring him back anyway, so we're just going to get something for Lowry.
Sorry to cut you off real quick. He turns 36 like right now.
Okay.
Oh, happy birthday.
Today, yeah.
Happy birthday,
Kyle Lowry.
Birthday's today.
March 25th, yeah.
Happy birthday, champ.
Oh, he's an Aries. Shout out to my boy.
Okay. Aries
Okay,
gang.
so happy birthday, Kyle Lowry. So, you know, for me, I think that I thought they were going to get desperate, and I thought they were going to make a move.
Okay.
And because of that, you know, I thought they were going to trade him, but I'm actually pretty happy that they didn't trade him. I think Kyle Lowry is a Raptors legend. And I think, you know, if he's going to leave the Raptors, let him leave when his contract is up and let him walk. Don't trade him just for anybody, because I think he means too much to that organization to get breadcrumbs back for him. You know, I think if you're going to trade Kyle Lowry, you need to get somebody, you know, that's worthwhile. What I can't believe is the Lakers didn't want to part ways with Taylor Horton-Tucker for Kyle Lowry.
He's tough, though. I can't lie.
Yeah, Taylor Horton-Tucker has shown flashes.
You saw the trade, though. It was Dennis Schroeder, Taylor Horton-Tucker.
Who was the third person again? I forgot.
Contavious Caldwell Pope. That was kind of like all their shooters, their 3-and-D guys. Like
That's true.
You think Kyle Lowry's worth those 3 pieces right there?
I mean,
I think Dennis is really good.
I do think Dennis is really good.
With Lowry, LeBron, AD, Harold, and guys like Kuzma, you know, I think they could have given the Nets a bigger run for the money than having Schroeder and KCP, honestly. But, Yeah, for me, I think, even with Kyle Lowry staying, I don't think the Raptors are in such a horrible position because I think they really stole Gary Trent Jr. and Rodney Hood from the Blazers.
Definitely.
Now they have Gary Trent, who's going to be part of that young core. Norman Powell's leaving. They got Rodney Hood, he can still give you like 10 points per game. I think he can do that once in a while.
Yeah.
And they traded Matt Thomas to Utah. He was such a bad defender. You couldn't really play him. Terrence Davis to Sacramento. So Terrence Davis had some – Terrence Davis, even though he had a good rookie year, he had some locker room problems and off-the-court issues. I think he had some allegations against him and stuff for like sexual misconduct. So, getting him out the locker room, I think, was actually a benefit to the Toronto Raptors. But like I said, Lowry was a Raptors legend, and I'm glad they didn't trade him for just anybody. But right now, they're the 11th seed. Are they going to make the playoffs? We're not sure. I thought they were going to make it, but it seems like right now they're probably not.
They're behind us.
Yeah, and they lost a lot. Losing Marcus All, losing Ibaka, that really hurt. That really hurt.
And is Nick Nurse right now getting exposed as a coach that maybe got too much praise too early?
Exposed?
I wouldn't say last year when Kawhi left, we're like, we didn't expect them to be that good. Then when they finished with the top 3 seed, we're like, oh, Nick Nurse is like a hell of a coach.
Well,
then this year you hear him, having back and forths with Siakam, and really they're not vibing with Nick
I was
Nurse.
always under the fence that, even they lost Kawhi, I thought they were going to be a great regular season team, and I thought they were just going to lose big time playoff matchups because they didn't have a guy at the end. And I think paying Fred VanVleet to be your best player, and he's a 6-foot shot chucker. I'm not a fan of that.
Yeah,
I think he's best fitted to be like your third best player, but now you're riding with Siakam, who has shown the ability that he can be the best player on your team, and Fred VanVleet. And I think now they're kind of stuck in no man's land. They got 2 big contracts on them, and now they're just trying to get young. I think when they stole from Portland, they tried to do the same with Kyle Lowry, and it didn't pan out. So I think that's a bad. But I think Nick Nurse is still a really good coach. I think he can turn it around. I think Masai Ujiri, he's a really good GM. I just think this team, nobody's going to want to go play for Toronto because of the location. I think this team was best fit to build through the draft. And I think if they can, it's going to be funny how it goes, but I really have a feeling they get the number 1 pick if they don't make the playoffs. Like
wherever they ended up in the lottery.
Yeah, but I just think they're going to get the number 1 pick, and it's just going to be crazy how that just happens.
Imagine that.
Like getting a top 3 pick for them is clean either way.
Yeah. KD, I think on one of his podcasts, well, I don't think I know.
Oh, I know what you're about to say.
He said that Nick Nurse isn't an X's and O's guy. He's just like a motivator.
Okay,
that's what he is. So. I mean, KD saying that is probably saying that Nick Nurse, he knows how to get the best out of guys, but he doesn't really put together sound.
He's not a Greg Popovich.
Okay.
I mean, what he's known for is, having a boxing 1 defense on Curry.
Yeah.
That's basically what he's known for to this point. Like,
and the Giannis stopper.
And the wall. And the wall.
I think he created the wall.
Yeah.
That's a funny way. Yeah.
Yeah.
No,
but they said that teams did that before him.
What, build
in the regular
wall?
season, yeah.
I think it was just because he perfected it.
Yeah,
I want to say
he had the guys to perfect it.
Yeah, if you have the guys, then you can do it. I think because people did it before. It's kind of like a zone.
Yeah.
So it's really just a sit-in zone. You just put the best guys, your best wing defenders at the top, and then you had your bigs at the bottom. You had Kawhi Leonard and Pascal Siakam. You can't fail with that. Like,